Now, this week, Ireland will be treated to the year's most spectacular meteor showers.
The shower will produce very bright, slow-moving fireballs, and some might even land on Earth. Here to tell us more is David Moore from Astronomy Ireland. Good morning to you, David.
Good morning.
Good to see you again. There's lots going on in our night skies.
There certainly is. It's going to be a very busy couple of weeks in the lead up to Christmas. A lot is happening on Monday night for some reason. It's all come at once. We have the shooting star shower called the Geminids. There's also a Christmas lecture, and there's also the planet Jupiter near the moon. So there's lots to see. Yeah, so the first thing, of course, is the shooting star shower. It's called the Geminids because the shooting stars, they'll appear anywhere in the sky. So if it's partially cloudy, just go out and look in the clear patches.
OK, we've got some footage of some showers here.
Yeah, with modern cameras, it's possible to almost get an idea of what it looks like, but the human eye gives a much more spectacular view. And some of them will explode, but like that one there. As they streak across the sky. There are bits left off comets going around the sun, which the Earth ploughs into. You don't realise it, but as we speak now, we're moving at 70,000 miles an hour around the sun. So if we hit anything at that speed, it burns up in a flash. And those particles are only the size of a grain of sand, but travelling at that speed, the friction makes them explode as beautiful shooting stars. And there's going to be 20 to or maybe 50 times more shooting stars that night than any other night of the year. So it's a Christmas fireworks display courtesy of Mother Nature, only on a scale that the whole planet will see.
Fantastic.
So it's a
what
big
time
event.
is that on Monday night?
It's all night long, in fact, but the later you stay up, the more you'll see. And you can stay up till dawn, or if you get up very early, go out and have a look as well, because it's still be on just before dawn. And sunrise this time of year is close to 9 a.m. So 8 a.m. it's still pretty dark. A lot of people are up and about then.
You can have your cornflakes looking out the window and still see the shooting stars.
Yeah, and we want people to count them every 15 minutes if they want to get seriously involved. I know it's a bit cold this time of year. And just tell us how many you see between midnight, quarter past midnight, 1/2 midnight.
Okay.
That simple count is actually very valuable for figuring out how dense the swarm of dust that we ploughed through this year was. And scientists around the world actually use the information from the general public. So all you have to do is be able to count. I think everyone can do that. And if you go to astronomy.ie, our website, there's a form up there where you can submit your report. And we'd like to see those from as many people as possible. Maybe some people might even try and take some photographs as well for our magazine.
Yeah. Well, there's other things in the sky as well. Fireballs.
Yes. Now, a very, very big shooting star, maybe something that's not a grain of sand, but perhaps is a grapefruit, perhaps the size of a
one. This is Australia.
We'll give something like this. This was a fireball which somebody happened to catch on film. You have to be filming at the right time, so it's very rare to catch them on film. And it's on the 28th of November, one streaked across Irish skies at 5:40 p.m. So a lot of people were out and about on a Sunday evening at that time of night. Thousands of people contacted us to have seen it. It was all over the radios and newspapers as well. And we think this particular meteorite, if anything did survive, landed somewhere out in the west of Ireland. So we're still appealing again to go to the website if you saw it, or you know anyone who saw it, or if you operate CCTV cameras, to check 28th November, 5:40 p.m., give or take a few minutes, and see if you caught the flash. This happened in 1999. Curiously, also on the 28th of November. Seems to be a good day for fireballs. And a meteorite was found in County Carlow. It was only the size of it fit into a mug. One collector who bought it tried to sell parts of it for $500 a gram. And we worked out that if this object was the size of a garage, at $500 a gram, it would be worth 85 billion euros. Exactly the bailout amount. On the day the bailout was announced.
Find the meteorite.
If only it's the size of the garage, that's the only catch. It probably wasn't that big.
OK, other stuff going on. We're talking about Jupiter and the moon. There's an alignment.
Yeah, we've been talking about Jupiter the last few weeks. It's going to be on view right the way through to February. But on Monday night, the moon, which moves roughly a handspan at arm's length to the left every night, is going to line up with Jupiter. And we have a diagram showing what that looks like. There's the moon and a brilliant star just below it. I don't think the diagram does it justice. But in the night sky, this will be a spectacular sight. Jupiter, of course, is much bigger than the moon. It's about 40 times wider than the moon, but it's 2,000 times further away. So it looks small by comparison. But if we didn't announce this, people would be ringing us up the next day or that night asking, what's that object below the moon? Because it's far brighter than any of the real stars in the sky. If you've got a telescope, it's very easy to look at the moon and Jupiter almost at the same time. And just a quick plug for our shop. If anyone's thinking at Christmas telescopes, you can get binoculars like this, or telescopes like we had on the spot a couple of weeks ago from Astronomy Ireland, and they'll show you incredible detail on the moon, not just the craters, but the mountains inside the craters on the moon, and the cloud belts, and Jupiter itself has 4 big moons, which you can't see with the naked eye, but you can even with a small telescope. So lots happening on Monday night.
Speaking of moons, there's going to be a lunar eclipse coming up.
Yes, now the big event, we'll be back in 2 weeks' time, but between now and then, on the 21st of December, that's Solstice Day, Newgrange Day, the shortest day of the year, there's going to be an eclipse that morning. So just as the sun is rising in Newgrange, and there's a few other alignments around the country, we'll be out in Sandymount, there's a alignment of some stones there in Seanmore Park that you can watch the alignment from if you can't get into Newgrange, which is always booked out. And as the sun is rising, the moon will be setting in the opposite part of the sky, totally eclipsed. The eclipse actually starts at 6:30 that morning when the moon first moves into the Earth's shadow. And a little chunk will be taken out of the otherwise full moon. And as about an hour goes by, it'll move completely into the Earth's shadow, dim down and become a blood red colour, usually. And that'll be around 7:40 a.m. and it stays totally eclipsed until the sun rises and the moon goes down. So from 7:40 we have a total eclipse of the moon visible from Ireland, and we won't have another total eclipse of the moon from Ireland for 5 years. So it's one of the most spectacular sights in nature. I think we have a video of an eclipse of the sun, which won't happen in Ireland until 2092.
No.
They're much shorter and easier to film. Total eclipse of the moon will just look like a full moon, but very dim and blood red. Very eerie. Make sure you get up early on December the 21st this year. Okay. And there's the eclipse of the sun. The last one was
Don't hold your breath waiting for that one, though, folks.
Yeah,
no,
exactly.
2092.
Okay. Before you go, you said Monday, there's lots going on. There's a lecture as well.
Yeah, this is Astronomy Ireland's 20 years old this year, so this is our 21st Christmas lecture. It's happening on the night of the fireworks display and the alignment of Jupiter and the moon. It's being given by the world's most important astronomer. He's the General Secretary of the International Astronomical Union, the body for all astronomers. He's going to tell us all about astronomy, everything you ever wanted to know about the universe. He's sort of the astronomy's answer to the Pope. So it's a very special event for us. If you can get to Trinity College Dublin, 8 o'clock on Monday night, you can get tickets on our website now. If you can't get along, you can get on DVD, which you can keep for the same price as a ticket, €7. So check out astronomy.ie again.
Of
and
course.
we'll have a party afterwards as well.
The magazine is out, folks.
It's all happening on Monday night.
All happening on Monday night.
Okay, you're back with us again in a couple of weeks' time when we'll be talking about the Christmas star.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Thanks so much, David.
Cheers, David.